Imagine just for a moment getting a call from Taylor Swift herself, inviting you to join her on a magical adventure to a place that's all about fresh starts and new beginnings, just like the stories woven through her music. She picked Branch Brook Park in New Jersey, a breathtaking spot that's home to over 5,300 cherry trees. Believe it or not, that's even more than the famous cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. Taylor was drawn to the park because it's a hidden gem, designed by the legendary Frederick Law Olmsted, where the beauty of history and the wonder of nature come together in perfect harmony. She explained that cherry blossoms are more than just beautiful. They symbolize change, hope, and growth. Every ending, she said, is really just the beginning of something new. Strolling through the park, Taylor said it would feel like walking through the soundtrack of her life, with each delicate blossom representing a brand new chapter waiting to unfold. When we arrived, the morning air was crisp and fresh, the park peaceful and quiet, and Taylor's eyes sparkled with excitement and anticipation for the day ahead. She smiled and said, "Each part of this park tells a story, just like every one of my albums does. There's a memory hidden in every corner." This wasn't just a simple walk in the park, it was a journey through time, through art, and deep into the heart, where every step felt meaningful. Like the cherry trees themselves, we all go through seasons of growth, renewal, and transformation, always ready for our next new beginning. We started in a bright meadow where young cherry trees bloomed in electric pink, Taylor's debut and fearless eras. The energy was pure, hopeful, and full of dreams, like the opening chords of Love Story. Taylor reminisced about writing songs in her pickup, believing every feeling mattered. The blossoms here were resilient, a symbol of youthful courage and the roots that make us strong. She shared how her early music was a gift, her way of connecting and making others feel understood. We paused under a beautiful tree, grateful for beginnings, a girl, a guitar, and a dream. This sunny field was the perfect tribute to where it all began. We entered a denser, mysterious part of the park, purple blossoms for the Speak Now era. Taylor said this was about drama, romance, and saying what you wish you'd said. The air felt urgent and magical, like being on the edge of adulthood. As purple mixed with crimson, we transitioned into red, her era of messy, beautiful emotions. Taylor reflected on how red was her first real exploration of adult feelings, love, heartbreak, and growth. The vibrant blossoms captured the emotional roller coaster of that time. We sat by a pond, the colors shimmering, and she spoke about breaking free from genre and finding her voice. Even painful moments, she said, can lead to something beautiful. This part of the park was a tribute to feeling everything deeply. The art that comes from it is unforgettable. We reached the park's edge, city skyline in view, white blossoms gleaming. This was 1989. Taylor grinned. This is my pop era, freedom, reinvention, and new rules. The clean, modern vibe matched the energy of Shake It Off and Blank Space. As the sun set, the park transformed, dramatic lights cast shadows, and the blossoms turned edgy for Reputation. Taylor described this era as resilience after turmoil, finding strength in darkness. The stark contrast of light and shadow mirrored her journey, turning pain into power. Even in harsh light, the cherry blossoms remained beautiful. This was about shining through adversity and reclaiming your story. The park's transformation was a powerful metaphor for reinvention. Even our darkest nights can have their own kind of beauty. After the darkness and intensity of Reputation, we found ourselves stepping into a new world at the Cherry Blossom Visitor Center, where the air was filled with the gentle scent of soft pink blooms. This was Lover. The contrast was striking, as if we'd crossed a threshold into a place of hope and renewal. Taylor described this era as a celebration of love, acceptance, and joy after the storm had passed. The park was alive with laughter and connection, a living symbol of the album's spirit. The gentle petals danced in the breeze, echoing the warmth and optimism of songs like Lover and Daylight. Each blossom seemed to carry a message of hope and new beginnings. From there, we wandered into a secluded wooded area, Folklore and evermore. The atmosphere shifted, becoming quieter and more introspective. The older trees and deep green foliage felt rustic and intimate, perfect for storytelling, daydreaming, and quiet introspection. It was a place where stories could take root and grow. Taylor shared how these albums became her escape, a return to her roots with new depth and vulnerability. Here, she found space to reflect and create. In this sanctuary, it wasn't about grand gestures, but about quiet reflection, the comfort of solitude, and the beauty of stories told softly. We imagined her writing songs among these trees, finding comfort and inspiration in creativity, letting her thoughts wander freely. This peaceful sanctuary was a testament to the power of art and imagination in uncertain times, a reminder that beauty and meaning can be found even in stillness. It was a quiet, beautiful moment of peace, a gentle pause in the journey where hope and creativity could blossom. Night fell as we reached the lake, moonlight shimmering on the water. This was Midnights. Taylor explained this era is about late-night reflections, connecting all her past selves. The blossoms glowed like memories, each one a fragment of her story. We stood in silence, taking in the serene beauty and contemplating the journey so far. Taylor pointed to unopened buds, songs and stories yet to come. The park's ongoing renewal mirrored her ever-evolving creativity. Growth, she said, is a continuous process. There's always more to discover. The unopened buds were a symbol of future possibilities. Her story, like the park, is still being written. The night air was filled with hope and anticipation. As our adventure drew to a close, we paused to take in the beauty of the park around us. A journey that carried us from the innocence of youth to moments of deep reflection, all within this single magical place. Each section of the park seemed to tell its own story, not just of Taylor's music, but of the shared experiences and memories that shape all our lives. The cherry blossoms reminded us that life is made up of many seasons, times to bloom, moments to rest, and opportunities for renewal. Taylor's eras, much like the park's trees, each have their own unique beauty and purpose, reminding us that every phase of life has meaning. Her story encourages us to embrace every chapter, whether joyful or challenging, as an essential part of who we're becoming. The park's ongoing restoration is living proof that renewal is always possible, no matter what we've been through. As I drove away, I felt a quiet hope rising within me. Those unopened buds seem to hold a message for us all, a promise of what's still to come. No matter where you find yourself, remember, your story isn't over. New chapters and fresh blossoms are always waiting just ahead, ready to unfold. Like Taylor and the cherry trees, we all have the courage and hope to bloom again and again, no matter the season.